Okay, so we've already shown one way that you can prove that two triangles are congruent, and that was by side angle side, or SAS. There's other ways that you could use to prove that two triangles are congruent. So again, we're talking about like the bare amount of information that you need to show that two triangles are congruent. It would definitely be true if all the corresponding sides of one triangle are congruent to all the corresponding sides of a second triangle, and all the corresponding angles are congruent of one triangle to a second triangle, then the triangles would be congruent. But the second way to prove that two triangles are congruent is by SSS, or side, side, side. So what the side, 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 or SSS congruence theorem states is if you have three sides of one triangle congruent to three sides of a second triangle, the triangles have to be congruent. So here I have triangle ABC. All three sides of triangle ABC are congruent to all three sides of triangle PQR. So then the two triangles are congruent. I could write the congruent statement. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. And then everything like matches up, all the corresponding parts. A corresponds with P, B corresponds with Q, and then C corresponds with R. So another way to illustrate that is if I have three pencils. I said three pencils, I actually meant six. Two pairs of three sides, or two pairs of three pencils that are congruent. So these two pencils are the same length, these two pencils are the same length, and these two pencils are the same length. So no matter how I arrange these three pencils right here, which are congruent to these three pencils, as long as I put them end to end, where like the writing part and then the eraser are the vertices or the endpoints of the segment. Okay, how I arrange these three pencils, which are congruent to these three pencils, again, it doesn't matter how I arrange them, but this triangle has to be congruent with this triangle, which means the corresponding angles are congruent as well. Okay, so that's basically the side, side, side theorem. It could be used really anything like toothpicks or uncooked spaghetti or something like that to show that the two triangles are congruent.